From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LALATE with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we go over the fourth stimulus check, how much you're going to get starting the month of July. This is that monthly stimulus check, the biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. We go over the fourth stimulus check update in this recording, how much, when you get in, and why today's breaking financial news impacts the fourth stimulus. I have all the big surprising details happening just minutes ago. Then, in the second half of this recording, we go over the fifth stimulus that will change your life. Increase your benefits across the board if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. And then in the middle of the recording, we go over the thousands of dollars that are landing in bank accounts this week, part of the $350 billion being sent out for the federal government. It's money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months now. The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and let's get ready. This is Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everybody. Big financial news breaking minutes ago on Wall Street that impacts your fourth stimulus. I'll be going over that in the second half of this recording. But first, I'll be getting to your fourth stimulus check. That is that monthly, reoccurring monthly stimulus check that starts in the month of July. The biggest single payout you've seen in the history of this channel. It's coming up first. Then we'll be going over to fifth stimulus, the big change across the board. That'll change your life if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. Increase your benefits across the board, lifetime. It's a game changer. And then in the middle of this recording, we go over the big money that's landing in your bank accounts this week. And today, I'm very, very excited for you. And also all the breaking news that is impacting your stimulus just minutes ago. I have a lot of it across the board. It's a jam-packed 30-minute broadcast, and this is LALATE. This is LALATE. Make sure you subscribe. The only financial news channel reporting live in the morning and taped in the afternoon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want you part of this family. So subscribe right now to this video and this channel. Also like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link's in the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Let's get right to the breaking news without a delay. The breaking news is that the fourth stimulus is heating up with two proposals, both a House and Senate plan. Let's compare and contrast. If you're in the live chat just after noontime on the East Coast or 9 o'clock on the West Coast, get ready to type Senate or House. But don't vote yet. Let's compare. The House plan provides that the first month would be $2,000, but $1,000 thereafter. And they provide a lot more stimulus checks. But let's compare that to the Senate approach. The Senate proposed and the House approach, let's look at them. First, the number of checks. The House members provide stimulus checks for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. So, for example, let's say there are 4 more months in the pandemic. You would get 4 more months of stimulus checks plus 1 year, 12. So 16 months of stimulus checks. The senators would provide you stimulus checks from now to December. But don't vote yet. We still got to see the amount per month. Let's look at that right now. The House members provide $1,000 a month for their stimulus checks after the first month of $2,000. But the senators reportedly seek to dwarf that with a substantial bigger payout. Let's look at what the word on the street says. OMG, $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. This is a big difference. This is per individual. So if you're in the live chat right now, which one do you like? Do you like the Senate or House? Drop in if you're watching this live in the live chat, Senate or House. And if you're watching this tape, drop in the comments, Senate or House. Senate proposes to give you more money short term. House proposes to give you more money long term. Different approach, different mindset. We'll be cutting back more to that later in this recording, but let's go over the eligibility for you. Who gets it? You do. If you are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans, you get a fourth stimulus check. If you're a single individual who makes less than $75,000, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, married couple, 150,000 or less, you would get a 4 stimulus check. And a household 4 or less, you would get a stimulus check. Married couple, you double it. Household of 4, you quadruple it. Ultimately, I'm a news reporter. I'm not a legislator. I report what they represent, not my representations. They represent a 2-bill, 2-month, 2-step process currently underway, with the legislation already being drafted in the Senate and House subcommittees. This is a 2-bill, 2-step, 2-month process. When will we see the first check? July. So they represent that the vote would be in the month of July to finalize and get it out the door as law. That means that the first check would land in the month of July for the month of July, then in the month of August for the month of August. Would there be waves of checks? No, they couldn't afford to do waves of checks because these are monthly stimulus checks. Is it income? Nope, it's not income. It is not a taxable event. Third, does it disqualify me from something else? Nope, it does not. Is it taken out for child support? We don't know just yet. And then finally, is there a different amount of check for minors versus adults? No. So children, adults, and adult dependents, the same stimulus check across the board. There you go. Congratulations. Amen. That is your 4th stimulus check updated 2021. But I got big financial breaking news that impacts 4th stimulus coming up in just a little bit. But let me give you a preview of the second half of this recording. This is a jam-packed 30-minute recording, so I want you to stay to the very end. I also want you to get a pen and paper ready because I'm going to give you a lot of information in this recording. So get that pen and paper ready as I give you a preview of what's coming up in the second half of this recording. The second half of this recording is 5th stimulus. Same process, 2-bill, 2-month, 2-step process, starts in the month of September, out the door. What does 5th stimulus give you? It gives you the change of a lifetime. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, they would give you reform across the board. That reform would raise your benefits up to a big new number. It would be a lifetime of change in just one provision. That is the 5th stimulus. That exciting, great news, and all those details are coming up in the second half of this recording. All right, so now let's circle back to what's coming today. I just gave you money that's coming in September, a preview what's coming in July. Let me go over what's coming today. Very incredible, great news. Item number 1. Item number 1 is absolutely wonderful. What's going across the board is the following. First, money from the federal government is landing in your city, county, and states, as I had confirmed, as I had been reporting. They had confirmed my reporting in the last 48 hours. Department of Labor and Department of Treasury undersecretaries confirm that $315 billion is landing in your city, county, and states this week, today, last week, and next week. What is this? All right, get that pen and paper ready. Here we go. Item number 1, rent. Rent is now landing in your city, counties, and states. Where do you get it? How much is it? What is it? First, let's go over the amounts. It's generally 4 to 6 months of rent. It is generally about $5,000. It's incredible, great news. And it's generally for you if you make less than about $75,000. Where do you get it? 6 places. Get that pen and paper ready. Here we go. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. You're reaching out to find rent assistance because of COVID. Don't use complicated words like stimulus or stimulus package or 4th stimulus. They don't know those words. Just rent assistance because of COVID. You may reference the President's American Recovery Act. They do know that. But keep it simple. Again, that pen and paper. If I'm going too fast, you can always replay this video on the bottom with the toggle screen after it's archived on the channel. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. If you get one no answer, you move on to the next one. This is 3rd stimulus. This is not 2nd stimulus. So this is a new wave of money, and it's landing now. There's also money for utilities. And then homeowners assistance for mortgages and also for homeowners' utilities bills. Then we turn over to SNAP. What is SNAP? It is food, money for your food. It is from Department of Agriculture. Call 211 or reach out to Department of Agriculture, and it's a lot of money. A family of 4 in Hawaii is now getting upwards of $14,000 to $16,000 a year because of 2 executive orders, a Trump executive order and a Biden executive order that cumulatively increase your benefits for 15% for 1 year. This is money for your food. Reach out to Department of Agriculture, a family in 4 in Hawaii, $16,000, $5,000 of rent. Look, we're only 9-10 minutes into this video, and I've already gotten you $21,000. Wow. Now, throughout this video, you're going to hear me use a new term which came on this channel in the last 2 days, and it will continue all the way up until the deadline next week or in the next few days for certain items. You're going to see those deadlines in a second. That term I use is tough love. Tough love because there's a lot of money available for you to get first right now, and it won't be available for you later. And in fact, if you don't get the money later, you could be setting yourself up for trouble. So let me go over all the details starting right now. Money for rent, this is tough love number one. Money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance is coming live now. What you need to know is two major things. One, it's first come, first serve. So it's what I call stimulus stampede. People are going to speed in and try to get that money first. You as a Purple Hawk, and this is where the term came from, need to get the money first because there will be a stimulus stampede. Number two, they're not going to bring back this money under fourth stimulus. They're not going to bring it back under fifth stimulus. This is the last ride of the rodeo, folks. So you need to get this money right now. If you even think slightly that you need the money, you need to get it right now because it's the last ride of the rodeo. And finally, the last tough love on this subject matter is the following. Eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance are going away. They are not coming back. They're going away in September, and all indications are they are not going to be brought back because they want you to get this money for rent, utilities, and homeowners assistance now. So get the money now because those items are going away. Tough love. All right, let's go to tough love number two. This is great news, but this one, you don't have to do anything. We love this. This is a donut moment, a great donut moment starting right now. Thousands of dollars are landing in your hands and your bank accounts this week, and this is a donut moment. You don't have to do anything. Where's it coming from? Your state. When will it be landing? All this week and continuing thereafter, and let me go over the incredible details. What's going on? Let me explain to you. The federal government, Marty Walsh, head of Department of Labor, former mayor of Boston, has ordered the states to return money to you that they had overpaid previously and asked you to return back to them. This is incredible, great news. So let me explain what's going on. First, how much money? Thousands of dollars. Second, where is it coming back from? Your state's unemployment office to you. How much money? And where is this? Why is this at issue? Let's go over the details. During the pandemic, the states sent out unemployment assistance to you. And in some cases, they had computer malfeasances. And during those computer malfeasances, they paid you too much money, no error to yours, no fault of your own, an error basically at the state level, and told you to return that money back to them. Now, you have returned the money back to them, and you wondered why. Well, the Department of Labor has stepped in and said you should not have had to return back money to the states. That was no fault of your own. Where the state overpaid you as of no fault of your own, they have been ordered to return those thousands of dollars to you right now. Incredible, great news, and that's a donut moment. I have another donut moment for you right now, and this money is landing today. It's landing all week long. You don't have to do anything about it. Where's it coming from? It's coming from Department of Treasury, or IRS. Look to the mailbox, white envelope, beige envelope, inside there a beige check, or if your 2020 tax return had a direct deposit account on file, then look at that account. How much you're getting? Potentially thousands of dollars. Let's go over the incredible details starting right now. What's happening? This is for single non-filers who filed a 20 tax return and paid taxes on their first $10,200 to the federal government. The federal government is returning those thousands of dollars to you right now. If you are a joint filer, husband and wife, your money's coming at the end of the month. You're what's called phase two. All right, let's go over the details. Let's say, for example, you filed a 2020 tax return. You had $9,000 of unemployment assistance in 2020. Your total tax bill is $5,000, of which $4,000 was taxes on your unemployment. Guess what? The states are returning that $4,000 back to you that you paid, the federal government is returning those $4,000 back to you that you paid to the federal government, IRS, as taxes on your unemployment. Right this moment, right this week, congratulations. All right, now we go to tough love number two. This is the major tough love number two moment. If you had 2020 unemployment benefits and took out weekly for your federal taxes, then guess what? You have to file a tax return right away to request that money back from IRS. And if you don't, you're not getting it back. Let's go over all the details. First, this is you. Second, this is 2020 this is 2020 unemployment benefits. Number three, this is regarding federal taxes you took out every week. So, for example, let's say you took out $100 a week over 10 weeks for federal taxes for your unemployment benefits. Guess what? You have to request that money back from IRS by filing a 2020 tax return, and the tax return is due in the next few days. If you don't do it, you're not going to get that money back. All right, now let's turn to the incredible great news about that massive payout. If you have 3 kids under the age of 5, you're going to see $10,000. OMG, but wait, you may get 0. Let's go over all the incredible details starting right now. And this is a major, not 1, 2, but 3 tough love moments starting right now. Let me go over all the incredible great details. Children 17 to 6 are getting $3,000 a month starting in the month of July, prorated $250 a month over 12 months. And children 5 to newborn are getting $3,600 a month, prorated $300 a month starting in the month of July if 2 events have occurred. 1, you make less than $75,000 single individual, and 2, the IRS knows that child exists, which has now triggered 3 tough love moments. Tough love moment number 1. You never file a tax return, and IRS has never been alerted to the existence of this child. You must file a tax return in the next few days. Here's an example. You have 3 children, 5, 4, and 3 are their ages. You're going to get upwards of $10,000 if you file that tax return. If you don't file the tax return, you're getting a big flat 0. 0. Now, look at me and focus on me very carefully, and this is where the tough love really hits in hard. It's important to understand that if you're an individual who never files a tax return because you don't make enough money, that's fine. You don't have to file a tax return because you don't make enough money for yourself. Then, if let's say you're on SSI or SSDI, you never have to file a tax return because you're on benefits. That's you. That's not what I'm talking about now. What's important for you to understand is that what I'm referring to now is stimulus for other people, namely your children. And the IRS 100% categorically double underline exclamation point 3 times is going to pay you $0 for those children if they do not know about them because you have not filed a tax return. You have to file a tax return if they do not know about those children, and that tax return is due right now. It's due literally in the next few days. Moreover, what's important to understand is you can't fix this in July. Great news. The great news is you're watching me right now in May before the deadline has lapsed. But I fully am concerned that there will be other people who will come over from YouTubers, other channels that don't know what they're talking about, that are giving people false information, incorrect information. And they're going to come over here in July and say, where's my check? And I said, did you alert the IRS to the existence of children? No, I was told I didn't have to. Guess what? You're getting 0. Instead of $10,000. So this is a tough love moment. If the IRS does not know those children exist, you need to file a tax return right away. Tough love number 2. If you do file tax returns, but you have not been listing that child, you need to file that tax return for 2020 right away. An example is someone who newly has a child on there as a dependent. Perhaps that child was on someone else's tax return before. Or another example is the child was newly born. Tough love number 3. This is a rare situation in which you made a lot of money in 2019 with that child, but guess what? That would disqualify you from these benefits. But in 2020, you made very little money because of the pandemic with that child. Well, IRS, if they only have the 2019 tax return, they're going off of the most recent tax return and realize, oh, you make too much money. You don't qualify for these benefits. In this circumstance, you have to get that 2020 tax return on file. And finally, the most important tough love moment, and I think you know what I'm about to say. If you're missing a first stimulus check, a second stimulus check, a third stimulus check, a member of your household missing a stimulus check, let's say your daughter got one, but not your son, you have to file this tax return. You have to file this tax return, and I told you that you have to take that information to that tax preparer right away with that pen and paper notes. Well, guess what? Bring to that tax preparer all those notes. Missing stimulus check, gotta tell the tax preparer. Children under the age of 17, haven't been told to IRS about them before, need to tell the tax preparer. Something to get money back for unemployment benefits, need to tell the tax preparer. All these things you need to do right now. The deadline's just upon us, and it's important to get to that deadline before the deadline gets to you. But I will be here, and I'll be back in 60 seconds with more about that. But first, here is a little bit about the community page. The money available for rent, utilities, and food right now, they're at news.la.com/community. The link for the description is in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. After the commercial break, I'll have the big updates about fourth stimulus, what happened just minutes ago. You don't want to miss that. And then we cut to fifth stimulus, breaking news across the board. I'll be back in 60 seconds. Stay with me. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Mornings LALATE. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here, and wow, I have more about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 in this recording. It's still coming up. With breaking financial news that happened minutes ago that impacts your fourth stimulus. What a day it is. And coming up also is fifth stimulus in the second half of this recording. But first, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is LALATE, the only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. I'm live in the morning, taped in the afternoon, crypto, stimulus, Wall Street to Main Street, covering it all across the board. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Every like helps get this video to rank #1 in the algorithm rankings. Fourth stimulus got an interesting twist this morning. And what was that twist? It was the Consumer Price Index number. The Consumer Price Index number I told you was going to be released today, and boy, it blew it out of the water. The Consumer Price Index number came in at the highest level since 2008. What is Consumer Price Index number? It reflects how much things cost. You go out and buy things, how much they cost. And this number was absolutely through the roof. It was the highest number in nearly 12 years. Wall Street was expecting 3.6%. It came in at 4.2%. Some of the volatility of these price rises were just absolutely astronomical. Before even what's happening in New England, energy prices in the last month went up 25% over a year before. Gasoline went up 37%. Other items like car and truck prices went up 10%. Consumer Price Index number signals that the inflationary pressures on this economy are very real. More about how this impacts your fourth stimulus in just 1 second, but let me give you the other economic number that came in this morning. The problem with the gas issue, with the Colonial Pipeline, remains a major trouble. If you were alive during the Carter administration or remember anything from history class about the Carter administration, you know that you have to never have anything go off point for gas or housing. You never want to tinker with the gas market or the housing market because it could collapse the economy. Well, currently now the Americans are paying $3 a gallon across the country for gas. How much are you paying for gas? Currently, the gas shortage issue is very serious. Atlanta has 60% of stations without gas. Georgia, 15% of stations are without gas. North Carolina, 25% without gas. And South Carolina, 13%, where Virginia is now 15%. Gas shortage and a rising CPI are real questions of how stimulus works. Here's what you need to know. Over the last few days, I've told you that there's several stimulus items. There is FPUC, which is an unemployment stimulus, for example, and then there's stimulus checks over here. The great news is that all the data coming out today is more reason to pass stimulus checks. But in some cases, it's reason not to extend other types of stimulus, like FPUC. What's going on? The president yesterday, the president the day before, and the president Friday, in nearly every press conference, has talked about Fourth stimulus, get it done, was his message. It's incredible great news because he's speaking to his Democratic leadership. As the head of the Democratic Party, he's telling the two-bill, two-month, two-step process people, get it done because we need these stimulus checks out the door. It's incredible great news because as we look at these gas numbers, as we look at the CPI numbers, it's reason to get it done right now. He also said the same thing about this stimulus. But what's important to understand is it's a different mindset, a completely different mindset when we're talking about other stimulus type of instruments like FPUC. I had been telling viewers last week that I fully expected that all states where governors are Republican will end FPUC months earlier before it's due to end in September. And every day another viewer tweets me a message says, my state is now stopping FPUC. Yes, that's because last Friday's number, the jobs number, took aim specifically at that type of stimulus. Why am I going over this? Because it's important to know that the president has absolutely done an incredible job, a wonderful job of staying on message to get forced stimulus out the door. And guess what? In the last few days, he had two words, actually three words, which were the most incredible news about getting forced stimulus checks out the door. And those three words were the corporate tax rate. The corporate tax rate. The president came out in the last few days and said, I'll do the deal with fellow Democrats. What's going on? Corporate tax rate remains the pay for the forced stimulus, those monthly stimulus checks, and was the only potential issue of divisiveness among his Democrats who are doing the two-bill, two-month, two-step process. The current corporate tax rate is 21%. The president wanted 28, 29%, and moderate Democrats wanted 25%. He made the deal. He said, deal, I'll come down, just get it done. This is incredible great news when we're talking about those fourth stimulus check, those monthly stimulus checks. Let's cut back to those fourth stimulus checks right now. If you're in the live chat, which one do you like? Senate or House? Senate versus House. Let me compare and contrast why some people like Senate and some people like House. First, one of the questions the viewers were saying was, I'm worried about the House plan because they can undo it at a later date. No. If you count out the number of days on the calendar, the midterm elections would happen after you get all these House stimulus checks. So don't worry about someone undoing a potential House plan. But ultimately, the approach is based upon two different mindsets. If you want more money quicker to get caught up on your bills and be made close to whole sooner, you're likely to like the Senate plan because of a bigger payout over just 6 months. If you like to have more sustainable relief over a longer period of time, even if it's a smaller monthly payout, then you like the House plan. Senate or House, which one do you like? Drop in the comments right now, Senate or House. And some people like both. All right, now let's turn to the incredible relief of fifth stimulus. Boy, I am so excited for you. Fifth stimulus comes this September, and it's a two-bill, two-step, two-month process, just like fourth stimulus. Away we go. Let's go over the details, and then I'll go over the specifics. First, they're going to increase your benefit limits across the board. They're going to increase your benefit limits. Incredible, great news. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. They're going to add inflationary benchmark. Then they're going to remove the income exclusion and then remove the marriage penalty. Boy, folks, this is a life-changing event. Incredible, great news for you. Who's you? Let's go over the eligibility. Again, I'm a reporter. I just report what they say. I'm not your legislator. I just report their representations. Let's go over who the you is. It's raising your benefits across the board to a big new number if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits, all of you. And if you're on multiple benefits, all of the benefits. Then tying your benefits to inflation. Yesterday, the Fed chair out of St. Louis, the regional director, came out and said he thinks the inflationary rate this year will be 2.5%. So that means your benefits could increase 2.5% on top of the number I just gave you. And they would increase year after year. Many analysts are thinking the inflation will be 2 to 4% over the next few years. As inflation goes through the roof, your benefits could go through the roof. Then they would remove the asset cap. It's dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't keep, some of you, more than $3,000 on hand. Great to get that away, especially if you're putting stimulus checks in the bank. Then they're going to remove one of the oldest laws in the book, a 1960s antiquated law called the income exclusion. If you want to work, you can't work and stay on benefits after a point. They're going to throw that away. So gone. So if you want to go work $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, they're going to choose the number. You can go work and still stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty. The marriage penalty penalizes people who get married and penalizes people who want to get married. And now they're throwing that away. That marriage penalty would go away. So not only would you get incredible financial relief, but also you would find love and be able to consummate your vows without being worried about losing benefits. Love is winning. And with that type of love, let me cut back to forced stimulus right now. We love forced stimulus. Forced stimulus is the entire relief that you really want across the board. Forced stimulus is a 2-bill, 2-month process that starts now and ends in July with a stimulus check in the month of July. This stimulus starts in September with the benefits impacting your bank account probably around November. But the forced stimulus is incredibly important to understand in light of the financial data coming out today. When we look at that CPI number, which is showing incredible growth of this economy, incredible price escalation where prices are going through the roof. When we look at gas prices going up, and gas prices are scary, folks, I got to tell you, if you are over 20 years of age, you know from history class, when prices of gas go through the roof sustainably over a long period of time, that could derail any type of economic recovery. All this is good for forced stimulus. Senate plan provides stimulus checks over a shorter duration. House plan provides stimulus checks over a longer duration, $1,000 a month versus a larger payout. Which one do you like? Senate or House? Senate or House? Well, with that, there's so much exciting, great news. I'm back next with you on a live broadcast of Crypto Morning. I will go over the major crypto coins making moves overnight. Guess what? I'm taking the recordings down a notch so that I'm making them simple for you and easy breezy. I'm introducing you how to buy the cryptocurrency, what are the major coins to look at, how you look at a coin. Is it going up? Is it going down? What should you do? Ultimately, information is king. It's always been king on this channel since day one. When you know information and it's presented to you in an easy, fun, relatable way, then information is king. Ultimately, you don't have to buy a coin today, but if you know the information of how it works generally, what's at issue and what's going on, and you don't have to know 35 coins, you just have to understand how things are working, then you can get from point A to point B. But guess what? I'm back with you at noontime. Also, that's at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with that big hit show, Noontime. With that, stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling. Make sure you subscribe. If you've not subscribed to this channel, subscribe this moment. 400,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like this video. And also consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with Ally for more.